opposite of fear is love, not courage. From love comes courage. We all have the feeling or experience of fear at some point or the other. It is natural. So, fear is a natural, God given reaction given to us to safeguard and protect us, our lives, really. Don't fear fear. Value fear. Okay. But leading a life of fear is not a good life. How do you overcome fear? How do you deal with fear? Sometimes we are afraid about a situation, work related, finances, relationships, health, situations outside our control. Just look at COVID. Acknowledging that I'm afraid is the very first step. Acknowledging whatever emotion you're going through is always the first step. Without that, you cannot really do anything about it. And not feel that I am a lesser person if I'm experiencing fear, not judge myself. Okay. That's another thing. Often people will tell the person who is feeling afraid about a situation, whether the person is overreacting at the fearful situation, whether the person is imagining a fearful situation, whether the person is genuinely afraid of a really threatening situation. The general advice from people is have courage. Now the person has fear. What kind of courage? And how do you get courage in that time? Because people think that opposite of fear is courage. And no matter how hard you try, first of all, it's very hard to try because you are shuddering in fear. You cannot try hard. The other person or other people will not understand what you're feeling and how powerless you feel in fear. You become completely stoic, silent. The opposite of fear is love. So fill your heart with love, whether connected to the maypole, having a heart to heart connection with your high sea, with your God, and just simply breathe in the pure, unconditional divine love in your heart. And if you're not even able to do that, just start with relaxing yourself with deep breathing. Okay, just pure deep breathing will reduce the intensity of that fear. Doing the Star for Fear exercise from Phyllis Crystal method is the most effective way of dealing with fear, where you breathe out how the fear appears in your body. And you breathe in the light coming from the ends of the star, representing the light of the high sea, replacing the vacuum that is created as you breathe out the fear. When you fill your heart with the pure, unconditional divine love, just like when the light fills in, the darkness disappears. It's just like that, because the opposite of fear is love. What else can you do? Do something that you love. Hugging children, spending time with animals, call a friend, doing something that you love, doing something that is not fearful. And if you want to take it a step further, sit with your fear, face your fears. And it is best to hold on to your high sea, hold on to your God, so that you can have access to infinite divine energy, so that you have access to infinite divine, unconditional, pure love. And you look at the fear in the eye. And oftentimes you see that we tend to make things more fearful than they actually are. Accepting the fearful situation the way it is, instead of hoping and thinking that the fearful situation is not, just facing it. It means different things to different people at different circumstances. So I don't want to exemplify it, because everyone's reaction experience will be different at each time. Just face it, looking straight in the eye in your mind. Just that alone will reduce the fear from the fearful situation significantly, to the point that as you are filling yourself with the pure, unconditional divine love, it gives you the courage. From love comes courage. Courage to deal with the fearful situation, to face the fear. Courage to go at it and squash the fearful situation into nothing. I love it.